Hello and welcome to Host Compare channel. Today we'll discuss HostingYour versus Bluehost, best hosting for beginners.
So let's just be real for a second. If you're trying to pick your very first web host, it can feel like you're staring at a giant wall of options, right? All this technical jargon like SSL, CDN, uptime, it's just a lot. You just want to get your website, your big idea online. But first, you got to get through this maze. Well, don't worry, we're going to make this super simple for you today.
We're going to zoom in on two of the absolute heavyweights in the game, especially for beginners, HostingYour and Bluehost. Now, they're both super popular and, honestly, for good reason. But they have some really key differences, and one of them might be a perfect fit for you, while the other, maybe not so much. My goal here is to lay it all out, side by side, so you can walk away feeling confident about your choice.
And hey, before we really dive deep, I want to give you a quick heads up. To get the best deal, use code TOPDISCOUNT for an extra 20% off, or use the link in the description. Just keep that in your back pocket as we go through everything.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the big one. The one that's probably on top of your mind. The price. I mean, for most of us starting out, budget is everything. But it's not just about finding the cheapest option today. It's about understanding the long-term value and really knowing where your money is going.
So you look at this, and at first glance, you're probably thinking, okay, they're basically the same, right? A few cents difference, no big deal. This is actually where a lot of people stop looking. But that initial price you see, that's really only half the story. The real difference, the one that's going to affect your wallet down the road, is kind of hidden. And here is where it gets really interesting. Just look at those renewal rates. HostingYour goes up to about $7 a month, but Bluehost jumps up to nearly $12. That is a huge difference over time. But check out the other big one, the number of websites. HostingYour's basic plan lets you build up to 100 sites. Bluehost? Just one. So if you've got more than one idea, like a blog and maybe a portfolio, HostingYour gives you all that room to grow right from the start. To really put that into perspective, think about this. If you lock in one of those long-term deals with HostingYour, you could pay for four full years of hosting for what it might cost you for just one single year with another host after that intro price is gone. That's a ton of savings you could be putting into, actually growing your website.
All right, so price is one thing, but it means absolutely nothing if the platform is a nightmare to use, right? When you're just starting, you need something simple and intuitive. You want to be building your site, not fighting with a confusing dashboard. So which one is actually easier to use?
This is where you see two totally different approaches. HostingYour built its own thing called hPanel. Honestly, think of it like an app on your phone. It's clean, the icons are big, and it's just designed to be easy. Bluehost, on the other hand, uses cPanel. Now, cPanel is the industry standard, it's powerful, it's got everything, but it can look a little busy, a little intimidating if you've never seen it before, and there's definitely more of a learning curve.
Now, the good news is that neither one of them just drops you in and says, good luck. Both of them have a guided setup that literally walks you through the first steps. They've got these one-click installers that get WordPress up and running in just a few minutes. And, most importantly, they both have support teams ready to jump in if you get stuck.
Speaking of support, this is a really important difference. Both have 24/7 live chat, which is awesome for quick questions. But Bluehost offers something that HostingYour doesn't, 24/7 phone support. If you're the type of person who just prefers to talk to an actual human to get a problem solved, that could be a massive point in favor of Bluehost. For some people, that's a deal breaker.
Okay, we're about to shift gears and get into the more techie stuff, performance and speed. As you're thinking about all this, just remember to get the best deal, use code TOPDISCOUNT for an extra 20% off, or use the link in the description. Now, let's talk about how fast your website is actually going to be. Let's talk about something that is so important for your website success, speed. I mean, think about it. Nobody waits around for a slow website anymore. If it takes too long to load, people are gone. Plus, Google even pays attention to it for search rankings. So a fast host, it's not just nice to have, it's a must-have. First, real quick, let's talk about uptime. This is just a fancy word for how often your site is actually online and working. And the good news? It's pretty much a tie. Both HostingYour and Bluehost guarantee 99.9% uptime. That's the industry standard, so with either one, you can feel good knowing your site is going to be up and running for your visitors. Whoa, okay, now this is where we see a huge difference. This chart shows how fast the server basically wakes up when someone tries to visit your site. And as you can see, HostingYour is more than twice as fast. Those milliseconds might seem tiny, but that first little delay impacts everything else that has to load on your page. A faster response time means a much snappier website for your visitors.
So you're probably wondering, why is Hostinger so much faster? Well, it really comes down to that first line, the web server. Hostinger uses something called Lightspeed, which is newer, more modern tech that's just built for speed. Bluehost uses Apache, which is a classic. It's reliable, it's been around forever, but it's just generally not as quick. Now, both give you the essentials like free SSL for security and a free CDN, but that core server tech gives Hostinger a real advantage in the speed department.
Okay, so we've looked at the price, we've looked at how easy they are to use, and we've looked at performance. We've seen that they're both really solid choices, but they're clearly better at different things. So now it's time. Let's pull this all together and figure out which one is the right host for you. This right here is basically your cheat sheet. Just look at these two columns and see which one sounds more like you. Look at the left side. You should go with Hostinger if your number one thing is budget and long-term value. Pick them if you want the absolute fastest site possible and you love a clean, modern, easy-to-use interface. Now look at the right side. You should go with Bluehost if that official recommendation from WordPress itself gives you extra confidence. Go with them if you already know cPanel or want to learn it. And, this is a big one, if having phone support is an absolute must-have for you. Just be honest with yourself about what's most important, and the answer should be pretty clear.
And now that you probably have a pretty good idea of which way you're leaning, here's one final reminder. When you're ready to sign up to get the best deal, use code TOPDISCOUNT for an extra 20% off or use the link in the description.
At the end of the day, both Hostinger and Bluehost are fantastic choices that can help you get your project off the ground. So the real question isn't which one is better anymore. It's which one is better for you. You have all the info you need. So, which one are you going to choose to finally launch that big idea?